All right, guys, it is Topic Tuesday, and I am here in Troy, Ohio. I'm talking to you from the Troy Chamber of Commerce, where I'm spending a week in residence, as it were, working with the Chamber and some of their organizations here, their Development Corporation and their Main Street organization and the Strawberry Festival and all kinds of cool stuff. Look up Troy, Ohio. It's really a cool place. Guys, we're going to talk this week about how to ensure that you're pitching with confidence, right? Last week, it was brought up during the session that, maybe that would be a good topic. So you know what? I agree with you. Let's go with it. There's a couple of things that you need to know in order to be effective pitching your product, pitching your service, your offer. There's a few things that we need to do, but here's the thing. Everything that we've been working on the last couple of weeks funnels right into this. My hope is that that's happening every week, that we're just dovetailing from one piece of content into the next, into the next. So I want you this week to go backwards. You hear me say fairly frequently that, in order to go faster, sometimes you have to slow down. This is one of those times. We're actually going to slow down so much, we're going backwards in a couple of weeks. I want you to go back and revisit your ideal customer profiles. I want you to make sure that they're accurate, that you're still comfortable with them. And I want you to see if you're connecting with them. Are you visible to them? Are you available? Are you out there? Present. Remember what we said, visibility leads to credibility, credibility leads to profitability, right? You can't be profitable if you can't be credible, and you can't be credible if you're not visible. They need to know you exist. So make sure you know who that MVP. Make sure you know who that ideal customer profile, that avatar is. Make sure you got a real good feel and you're real comfortable with them. I need you to be able to talk into the mirror or into a camera and tell me who your ideal customer profile is confidently. If you can do that, then we can move on to stage 2, step 2, phase 2. Number 2, I want you to think about that visibility. Does that ideal customer know you exist? How do I know that, Jay? Well, what are you doing? How are you communicating your value right now? Are you out there on Clubhouse talking? Who's responding to you? Are you posting on Instagram? Who's engaging with you? Is it the right people or not? It's part number 2. Part number 3, how comfortable are you with your product, with your service, your offering? We talked about MVPs. Really important here, guys. You've got to be as comfortable talking about your MVP as you are about talking about your kid, as you are talking about your spouse. You've got to get that comfort level. You want to talk about pitching? You want to talk about pitching confidently? It's about comfort. It's about knowing the material. Think about an actor. How many times have you seen an actor that just clearly doesn't know their lines as well as they should, or maybe even worse, they're so overthinking it that they're looking a little bit robotic and they're just not quite believable, right? In order for you to be believable, you've got to have a grasp of your content that nobody else can touch. So I'm going to recommend to you, once you've done step 1 and step 2 this week, step 3 is get in front of a camera. This isn't hard. You can set this up. I've got a tripod. I've got, my camera, and away I go. Okay? I'm a little fancy today. I've got my Pivo. It's Pivo for those of you who want to look it up. It's a little rotating device that moves when I move, even if I'm not touching or pushing the remote buttons. Woo! Very cool. So, light ring, stand, camera. Record yourself talking about your ideal customer. Record yourself talking about your ideal customer and your offer. Get comfortable with those 2 things, because without that, how could you possibly be confident pitching to me? Get comfortable with the line, with the character, with the script. So comfortable that you don't need the script. So comfortable that if something goes on that you weren't expecting, you can keep on going. All right, I'm going to have to change the way I said something, but I'm going to keep on going. I'm fine. Project that confidence and see what happens. It's really amazing. Once you know your ideal customer profile is correct, you know that you're engaging with them. They know who you are. You know your product, your service, your offering inside out, that MVP. Fourth and final thing I want you to think about, passion. I want you to deliver with passion what you're talking about. I want them to feel you smiling. I want them to see you just getting intense about what you're talking about. I want them to hear in your voice how excited you are about the service that you provide, the product you provide, and most importantly, the problem that you're going to solve for them. You guys know my story, right? I don't even have to tell you. All I have to do is mention Orlando, and you guys know my story. You know where I come from. You know what my backstory is, my origin story, right, Casey? I could tell that story very dispassionately. You know, listen, I was homeless in Orlando at 19 years old. I saw a bunch of people out on the streets, including kids, and it broke my heart. I didn't like that. So, you know, I've been working hard to make sure that people have an opportunity. I work hard to try and build businesses, create jobs. I could do that. You know everything about me from that right there. That was enough. But if I deliver it passionately, if I change my inflection, my tone, if I get a little closer maybe, ooh, if I pull away a little bit maybe, if I tell you it was hot, if I tell you that it fucking broke my heart to see those kids, if I tell you that I could feel that rock in my hand, and that I felt it on my hip when I dropped it, and then I rolled over onto my side and sobbed myself to sleep. Isn't that a better story? I can tell my story all day long. I'm good at it. I'm confident because it's my story. It happened. I don't need to make anything up. The same is true for your pitch. So, know who you're talking to. Make sure that they know who you are, that they know you, they like you, they trust you, they're engaging with you. Know your offer, inside out, backwards and forwards. Deliver it with passion. Practice. Practice, because I'm telling you right now, there's a very good chance, I think you know better. There's an almost 100%, now I think you know better than that too. There's an absolute coming. I'm going to ask each and every one of you to pitch your offer to me Thursday night. Practice. Practice. This doesn't come automatically. Okay? I didn't just wake up one day, put on a jacket and start telling this story and it came out great. This is developed over time. It's practice. It's comfort. I can do this in my sleep now because I've done it so many times, because it's mine. I can work in a different word or a different whatever you want me to do. I can do it because I own this. This is me. This is my story. This is my passion. I think I deliver pretty well. I want you to do the same. So, get to work. Review, review, review. Practice. Do it in front of a camera so that you can watch yourself, so that you can see what you're doing. Do it so many times that you can't help but be comfortable with it. And then start to insert that passion. Add that as at the end. Add the inflection, the tone, the all of those things. The pace. What did I just do there? I just started going and I've got my... It seems silly. But if you think for 1 second it's not intentional, you don't know me very well. When I want to energize you to get going, I'm going to energize you to get going. Not by talking like this. By speaking like this, all I'm doing is bringing you in. Tell me more of the story, Jay. Get going. Let's go. We got work to do. Complete change. But that's how you get somebody motivated. You tell them with certainty, this is what we're going to do. This is what's going to work. This is how I solve this problem for you, and I want to help you get there. Let's get there together. Are you ready? Are you with me? Let's get to work. I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much. I'll see you on Thursday.